since your first time. Open up and let your heart flow. Dare to be different, show 'em how it go. Of course they gon' hate, that's a part of life. But that's when you really know you're doing right. They like to keep it classy, you don't need to fight. Just kidding them with the 16.
Hello Pisces, welcome or welcome back. This is going to be a general reading for you guys, just seeing what the cards have to say, picking up on any energies or any situations that you might be currently experiencing, and seeing what comes out for you. I did channel some things before I turned the camera on, so I'll get into those before we get into the cards. And I also rolled some astrological dice and six-sided dice to get some numbers and some signs, houses, planetary planets or whatever. See what comes out, and we'll provide more information for you for your reading. So I do want to preface that my neighbor is playing music, so if it's a little bit loud and you can hear it, I'm sorry. But yeah, so the things that I channeled for you guys were relative or relevant. So could be a situation relating to like a relative, like family, even somebody you consider like a family friend or something like that. Relevant, something may soon become relevant for you, or you may become relevant in a certain situation. Not that you're not relevant, but you know, you may play like a relevant or like a prominent role in something. Like your presence, your thoughts, your actions or something will be relevant to this situation or to an outcome or something like that. Also had the word motor, so like motor, like either something going like a cycle, because you know like motors rotate, or they produce energy and power, right? So like moving along, moving forward, momentum. Also, we have the number 112, which breaks down to a 4. So the number 112 or the number 4 could be very significant to you right now. We have your opposite sign or your sister sign Virgo showed up, so you could be experiencing like opposites attract kind of energy. You could be dealing with a Virgo. You could have Virgo in your chart, be a moon or rising Virgo placement, or you could be a Virgo watching for a Pisces, cross watching for a Pisces. We also have Pluto that showed up, so that could be important for you going through some like maybe some major transformations, a death and rebirth process here. And then something going on in your 7th house as well. So whatever that is for you, definitely check that out. Check out your natal chart to see what's going on in your 7th house with the current astrology right now. Yeah, so that's all I have for you Pisces with that. So let's get into the cards. And everything is in the description down below, so when you have a chance, definitely give that a look. I greatly appreciate it. And if you found that these messages are helpful, please leave a like and a comment and subscribe. I also greatly appreciate that as well. Helps out the channel. Alright, Pisces, what do we... Oh, okay. So we have the High Priestess. So you are very in tune with your spirituality right now. You may be getting downloads, some spiritual guidance from like your ancestors, your angels, or spirit guides. You can also just be very quiet right now, Pisces, like you're just kind of staying to yourself, or you are just gaining some insight. You're not being really reactive, or you're not being reactive or active. You're just kind of taking like a passive approach to something. You're observing things around you right now, just taking in your surroundings. You are the dream. You are ruled by Neptune, which is, you know, ruled by like your dreams and the subconscious and like illusions and such. So like you could be experiencing something during like your dream time state, maybe astral projecting or something like that. Just having very like mystical, magical dreams or something like that. We have the King of Swords. I heard laying down the law for some reason. So like you might be getting serious and like not putting up boundaries, but marking your territory, marking like boundaries or something like that. Could be demanding respect. something about your communication skills here as well. It's like you're being very direct with like your communication, the way that you're going about things. It's like, yeah, like you are taking like, you're like observing, but then you're also being very frank with what you observe or with your observations to people around you. Or you're just being frank with yourself in general with like the things that you see and just taking things at face value. Cards are not shuffling correctly for me today. Alright, I'm just gonna take, okay. So we have the Ace of Swords. So that serves some clarity. Again, cutting to the truth. Again, almost kind of like I was saying, like laying down the law. Like you're like cutting through something. You're just being very direct and very frank with your observations or what your intuition is telling you. You have the Hierophant. So more spiritual energy here. Again, speaking your truth, speaking your mind. Could have to do with something about like with your, if you're religious or spiritual, doesn't matter, but like you're like speaking like maybe your views on like religion or spirituality, maybe like your philosophies or something like that. Come on. Queen of Swords. Interesting. So we have a pair out here with the King and the Queen of Swords. This is like I'm kind of getting, it's like you're practicing what you're preaching. Practice what you preach. You could also, Queen of Swords is, she could be like, I don't want to say she could be like a defensive energy, but you know, maybe like you're having to defend like your point of view on like the things that you speak. Maybe you're having to, maybe not even defend, but you're just kind of like sticking to like what you know is true, what you feel is true, and you're speaking facts, like the facts that are true to you and true to your reality and true to your experiences and all of that. We have the Star here. Star is underneath the High Priestess. So yeah, this is giving me like you're getting like highly spiritual downloads, or you're definitely getting something from the ether, getting messages from the divine. Astrology maybe become very important to you soon or recently, or maybe that's something you've been taking an interest in with astrology. Because like just because you're into spirituality doesn't necessarily mean you have to be like a tarot reader or like an astrologer or an astronomer or anything like that, you know. But maybe this is something that you're starting to get into, like maybe you're specifically getting into like constellations, looking up different constellations, what they mean, you know, their the lore behind the certain zodiac signs and like their constellations and stuff like that. But this could also be about healing, so you could be getting some healing, or you could either be, I feel like this is you giving, some of you, this is giving like you're speaking your mind, or you're speaking your truth, and you're like sharing that with other people, and it's kind of like you're giving like this healing kind of wisdom to other people who listen to you, whether it's just friends or strangers or something like that. You could be the person that people come to for like spiritual wisdom or some spiritual advice, or even if you're not necessarily like speaking in spiritual terms, it's kind of like it resonates with them spiritually. It's something about it's like you're very tapped into the divine here, because you have the Hierophant, the High Priestess, and the Star. So it's like you're very tapped into the unseen. The veil is thin for you, so like you're easily able to communicate between worlds. I feel like with the King of Swords and Queen of Swords, you're able to see very clearly. It's like your intuition is either heightened or sharpened right now, or just in general, you just have a very strong intuition. You can just be able to pick up and see things that others can't, and it's very like precise. And it's like you're able to communicate what you see very thoroughly and accurately. Take that. Yeah, 11 minutes. Okay. We have the King of Pentacles underneath the King of Swords. I kind of get the feeling that like what you say and how you think holds weight to others, or it's like you can be trusted. It's like you're very grounded at the moment. It's like you're very grounded in the way that you are able to it's like just a very grounded way of like coming across to other people. For others of you, this is like, obviously the King of Pentacles means like stability. He could also be like a boss, manager, or something like that. Maybe like in some forms, because you have the Hierophant as well here. So it's like you have a lot of leadership qualities. It's like you have three king. Well, I'm just gonna say three kings. You have two kings and a queen, the Hierophant and the High Priestess. So like you have very much like leadership quality to you. You could be getting into like spirituality. What am I trying to say? Like, you could be getting into spirituality almost in like a political way. I don't know if that makes sense, but like, it's like maybe you're approaching political views from a spiritual standpoint, and that's like you're sharing that with people. You have like a very unique, different perspective on how you look at things. You're very trustworthy. You have the Judgment card underneath the Ace of Swords. So yeah, it's like you're being called to like speak a certain truth. For some of you, for others of you, this is literally like your judgment is always right, like you're always on point, and that's underneath the Ace of Swords. So it's like you're using your judgment here to communicate something, and it's very frank, it's very direct, it could be very accurate to this situation that you're picking up on, or something that you're just kind of like observing, right? You have the Five of Swords. Or something can't be helped. Five of Swords is a stalemate energy. It's getting rid of the problem before it becomes a problem. You have the upper hand. So I think your intuition or your spirituality, your point of view, or something about you, or something the way that you're observing the situation, you have the upper hand. You have the Devil underneath the Queen of Swords. It could be some, I don't know. It could be, I don't know why I just got like toxic femininity, or like a way that like there's like a feminine energy maybe that you're connected to, or that surrounds you, or something. There's like a very conniving feminine energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be a woman, but you know, the feminine energy itself. could be very toxic. It could be some sort of binding. I feel like this is also like breaking, like you're like breaking chains, breaking like breaking bonds with like, I don't know. There's something here about like definitely just like you observing and just like really speaking on what you observe. Ooh, death card. It did not say. You had Pluto come out. You're going through a death rebirth process. So there's something here that's being. I feel like there's something here that's being revealed, or something that you're like speaking on, and it's almost kind of like it's giving me whistleblower energy, where it's like you're gonna say something that's gonna put an end to this situation, person, energy, something. It's like as soon as the truth comes out, everything kind of like makes sense. Six of Wands. Personal victory. Also being in the spotlight. So something is definitely being brought to bringing to it. Jesus. Something is being brought to everyone's attention. Something that has been something that you've been observing. It's like you're definitely bringing attention to it. You're definitely speaking on it. Let me see what we have to clarify. You could be debating as well, like somebody's debating with you. It's like you have to it's like maybe you have to get your point across in some way towards other people, where it's like there's like maybe conflicting opinions or biases or something like that, and it's like you're seeing something from like a bird's eye view, almost like you have like this view of, you have the scope of the situation, where it's like it's different. It's just a different perspective to it that like I don't think anybody else has or sees, but like you bringing this up kind of like it's like it's like a murder mystery, right, where everybody is like looking at the things, and not the things, the like the clues, and it's like okay, and it comes back to like this person or that person, and it's like usually the most obvious thing is probably not it. So it's something that's kind of like, it's like everybody's looking at all the obvious pieces of information, but there's something that's like not readily available or readily like easily seen, to where it's like you have to have a level of like self detachment, self-awareness, and like a level of perception and intuition to really like understand or really like kind of convey or grasp like what is going on, because it's usually not the most obvious thing. I hope that makes sense. Six of Swords. So this peace of mind, traveling down easy waters here. There's like, I almost feel like a freeing, or like I've almost like relief, or relieving, or alleviating. It's like a weight gets lifted. Nine of Swords. Excuse me, Nine of Wands. Don't be hesitant to speak up, or don't be hesitant to speak up on this situation or like this problem. If there's something, even if it's something that seems like just completely like out of the blue, you know, and it's like, okay, well maybe not everybody's gonna understand or like see what I'm talking about, but like I guarantee that like if you were to just express what it is that you're seeing, or what it is that's just like there's just something not quite right with this, or like if you know that there's like facts that nobody else knows or something like that, like there's something like, again, like that whistleblower kind of energy, right? If there's something that you know that will bring an end to like this devil energy that's here, or like just something that just needs to be revealed in general. Like if you feel hesitant about it, speak on it anyway. Ooh, we have the High Priestess again. Yeah. A lot of spiritual insight, a lot of spiritual knowledge, a lot of you just kind of just soaking in and observing. It's like whatever you observe can't be wrong, because this is your observation, right? And it's like this is what you're seeing with your own two eyes. This is what you're experiencing. So when you speak on the things that you see or the things that you experience, like you're not wrong, because those are the things that you've clearly witnessed with your own two eyes. And I say that because like you have this, the Ace of Cups and the Six of, oh excuse me, and the Sun, the Ace of Cups and the Sun. So like again, like like being in the light, spotlight, something coming to light here. Also just very, you know, positive energy, and also another card about positive energy overflowing with emotions and stuff like that. But this is something, this is like exposing something and people are seeing the light. Like I'm like literally I'm just hearing like seeing the light, coming to the light. And the Page of Wands. But I'm not gonna take that. Oop. There could be a cause for celebration here. You could be linking up with other people, because I've seen the Three of Cups twice in both decks, but they didn't necessarily jump out. They just kind of like flipped over. So there could be like a cause for celebration. You could be linking up with people who also share your same views, or like you're speaking to people that you're closest to about like your opinions or your experiences. It's like you have people that are going to actually understand you and actually relate to what you're saying. And sometimes people don't even see certain situations or certain things until you bring it up to them. Like there could be something going on around you at work, right? And nobody else, it's like nobody else is noticing like these little subtle things that's happening, but you pick up on it, Pisces. And you're like, isn't it strange, or isn't it weird that so-and-so keeps going here at a certain time, or I don't know, something, right? Or isn't it weird that this keeps happening and it's like nobody notices it except for you? One more. Two of Cups. Two of Cups. It's about choice. Things coming together. This is what I'm getting at. It's like things are coming together. Everything is kind of like, see how everything's like entangled here. It's like they're joining together. It's just like something is homogenizing. Things are coming together. Things are going to make sense eventually once you speak up about whatever this is. There's definitely a good ending to this, though. Whatever this is that you're speaking up on, it's like I really can't get a feel for what it is. I feel like it could be something personal, though. There is a bunch of different court cards out here, so there could be a bunch of people that are involved with you or around you in this situation. But I think it's like maybe, I don't know, is somebody cheating? I don't know, that was just random, but it's like, okay, maybe you're coming clean about someone who has been cheating on their partner or something like that. And it's kind of like you're going back and forth in between, like, maybe like, okay, should I say this, should I not, should I reveal this? Like, I don't know. That's not, clearly it's not for everybody, but it's something that's involving multiple people that I think that you personally know, that you're close with, and it's like there's something that needs to be revealed. Maybe somebody is keeping a secret from you, or you're keeping a secret from like maybe 2 other people. There's like 4 of you in a group, right, in a friend group, or 3 of you in a friend group, and it's like you're keeping a secret. It's like you know a secret of 1 or 2 of the other friends, but the other friend doesn't know. Something like that. But either way, it's like you're gonna come clean and you're gonna speak on it, because I don't think this is something that you can weigh, that feels good for you. It is weighing heavy on your conscience. It's kind of like, I can't keep this secret. If they're not gonna say it themselves or expose it themselves, I'm going to, because it's not fair that I'm keeping this secret and they're going around doing whatever it is that they're doing that's like not the best of intentions or not in the best light. So you're kind of like, I'm gonna look out for me. I'm gonna look out for my friend, because the stuff that this person is doing isn't right, so I'm going to expose them. But yeah, that's kind of all I'm seeing and all I'm getting, Pisces. So hopefully that resonated. If it did, please leave a like and a comment and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Let me know how it resonated with you. Yeah, so thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.
We can go one night.